Hello, hello. Back with another great story and talking about our different reading genres again. So, this week, out of all of our reading genres, I'd like to take a look at realistic fiction right here. Realistic fiction. Fiction means not true, made up, but realistic means it's a real like. So, it's a story that's made up, but could be true because nothing in it is so crazy that it couldn't happen. So, realistic fiction. My poster here shows that realistic fiction is a made up story that could happen in real life today. So, my story's title is The House on Dirty Third Street. Dirty Third Street? Joe S. Kittinger is the author. The illustrator is Thomas Gonzalez. There's a picture on the back as well. Looks like a mother and daughter looking at a house. It says, "It's perfect," said Mom. "It doesn't look perfect to me," I said. "It's perfect because we can afford it." And that's actually in the story. That's quotes from the story itself. And you'll see why. So here we go with our realistic story, realistic fiction story, The House on Dirty Third Street. This, by the way, was an award nominee, one of the top 10. Oh gosh, about 5 years ago. So, there's our title page and our dedication page. The author and the illustrator both said thank yous to people they know. Our publisher is Peachtree out of Atlanta. The publisher makes a book, remember? And our author and illustrator are on our title page again. Here we go with The House on Dirty Third Street. Mom said starting over would be an adventure, so I imagined a tropical island with palm trees and buried treasure. Not this. All the houses on 33rd Street were old and run down, but the one with the for sale sign was the worst. I called the whole place Dirty Third Street. "It's perfect," said Mom. "It doesn't look perfect to me," I said. "It's perfect," she said, "because we can afford it. Try looking through it. Try looking at it through eyes of faith," said Mom. I squinted and tilted my head. It still looks horrible to me. So she's not seeing what Mom feels like could be a house that could be turned into something really nice. Sometimes you just have to work with what you have and make it the best you can. Soon the house on Dirty Third Street was ours, but before we could start moving things in, we had to move trash out. A neighbor watched from her front yard. "Hi there," Mom called out to her. "I've hired a man to take a load to the dump. Is there anything you'd like to add to our trash pile?" "Oh, I don't know." The woman sounded like she hadn't trusted anyone in years. Before long, Mom and I were wrestling an old sofa from Mrs. Huddle's porch to the curb. By the end of the day, word had spread. The pile in front of our house became a mountain. Friends helping friends, that's always good. The bathroom was so filthy, super dirty. It made shivers run down my back. "It will look and smell better when it's clean," Mom told me. So all day Saturday we swept and scrubbed. I was dog-tired and grouchy. Clearing away the trash and dirt just made it obvious how ugly the place truly was. "This house will never look good," I mumbled. "You may be right," said Mom. She sank to the floor in the corner. What was I thinking? I slumped down beside her and leaned my head against her shoulder. "Remind me," I said, "how did you see it?" "I saw a pretty white house with blue shutters," she said. "There were flowers on the porch. The windows sparkled and curtains danced in the breeze. The kitchen was full of friends, and I smelled cookies hot from the oven." Mom's eyes grew dreamy looking. Then she shook her head. "Oh, I miss our old neighborhood," she said, "and my friends from church." "Well, we can make new friends." I stood up and dusted myself off. "I saw a church a few blocks away. Let's go in the morning." After breakfast, we walked to the church. In Sunday school, the teacher asked if anyone had prayer requests. "We just moved here and our house needs a lot of work," I said. "I don't want Mom to cry anymore. Please pray that she can still see the house with eyes of faith and that I somehow can see it that way too." Not long after we got home, I heard a knock at the door. "Good afternoon, ma'am," a man said when Mom opened the door. "At church this morning, I heard you could use some help around here." Mom was showing him the broken bricks on the porch when Miss Huddle walked across the street. "Thought these might cheer things up," she said. "Once upon a time, my flowers used to bloom on near about every porch in this neighborhood." Mrs. Huddle started transplanting the flowers into into an old cement planter in the yard. A few minutes later, a car pulled up. Next thing I knew, a whole family was heading our way, including my Sunday school teacher and a girl my age. "Welcome to the neighborhood," my teacher said. "My husband is a great handyman." The man took one look at the peeling paint and then pulled out a cell phone. "Let me get a few more folks over here," he said. By the next weekend, our house looked like an anthill. Men on the roof hammering shingles. My new friends and I scraped peeling paint. A lady fixed loose bricks on the porch. Another neighbor worked on the plumbing. The sun settled behind our house. The workers took a break. I opened the door and the smell of cookies hot from the oven made my mouth water. Finally, I could see it. Our place, as Mom had, through eyes of faith. We had found a perfect home. Looks like they're all very happy now. And somehow I knew that I wouldn't call it Dirty Third Street anymore. So with the belief, the faith, the belief that they can make a difference and that with friends helping, that they could make it into a home they'll really love, I think believing they did so. And being kind to just one person, the lady across the street wasn't so sure she wanted to talk to them. But soon she was bringing over flowers after they helped her remove the couch that she didn't need anymore. And then people from down the street helped. And that's how you make friends, and that's how you help others, and that's how you feel good when you do that. So the house on Dirty Third Street, sometimes things don't start out the way you anticipated, but they can turn out even better than you thought in the end. The story is not true. The author tells us that they made it up. But does it seem like it's something that could happen? Sure. So that is why it's considered realistic fiction. I hope you enjoyed that story. See you soon. Keep on reading.